August 15th, 1945, World War II came to an end. Nearly 400,000 American soldiers sacrificed their lives during the war. 60 years later, the World War II Memorial was completed in Washington, D.C. to pay tribute to these men. But with the remaining veterans aging into their 80s, taking the trip to the nation's capital proves to be a difficult task.
I was taking care of veterans at the Springfield VA clinic, and that was a topic of conversation 2 years ago when they first dedicated the memorial. I asked all my World War II veterans, I said, do you have any way to get out to see your memorial? And initially, people were saying, well, you know, they felt that a son or a grandson, a niece or nephew would eventually get them out there, but after 6 months went by and then a year went by, and it became more and more obvious that they simply had no way to see their memorial.
That information might have sat well with other people, but not Earl Morse. He decided to take action and do something for these war heroes.
The first time I proposed that was January of last year, and that night I had 11 pilots who had never met my patients before voluntarily step forward to say that they would pay the $600 to $1,200 a day it cost to rent that aircraft to fly people they'd never met to see their memorial. So I instantly had a fleet of aircraft and pilots at our disposal, and we've been going strong ever since.
Here, there's something that you noticed too, and this is how warfare is still fought in the jungles of Vietnam.
Honor Flight is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping veterans get out to see their memorial. The focus, of course, is on World War II veterans, the majority of which are in their 80s. And they simply have no way to get out to see America's thank you for their service.
Thank you very much.
For the humbled World War II veterans, simply being asked to go to the memorial is an honor.
I was living there at Masonic Home, and a friend told me about it. So he gave me the application, and I filled it out right away. And I was fortunate enough and lucky enough to go on the second flight up to Washington. And I've been on cloud nine about that ever since.
I was asked to go, and it tickled me to be able to go see that. I cried when he asked me if I wanted to go.
This trip, a lot of you probably don't know what to expect. This is our first time getting together. One veteran summed it up really good. He said, it was the best day of my life, and it was the saddest day of my life, combined, rolled into one. It's going to be very...
It's a Saturday morning at the airport, and the gate is filled with World War II veterans. After decades of waiting, it's finally time to make the journey to see their memorial.
When we touched down in Baltimore, Washington International, all the other passengers get off the plane, and the last people to leave are these veterans. So as they're coming out of the aircraft and into the waiting area, there's a crowd of people that are waiting to come onto the aircraft. There's applause. There's a standing ovation for these veterans as they get off the plane. And it just makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck as you're pushing a veteran in a wheelchair.
We have so many people to honor today, but carrying the flag for us today is going to be Mr. Allen. Thank you, sir.
We begin every flight with a flag ceremony. We take with us an American flag that was used to drape the coffin of a fallen World War II veteran. That honorary flag bearer is the last person off the plane and also the last person off the bus. That flag is then carried to the Ohio pillar, and there's a plaque that states that this flag symbolizes all those veterans from Ohio that will never have the opportunity to see their memorial. this program is so much about not only the World War II veterans that are still here that are able to go, but also the World War II veterans that will never see their memorial.
It's an exciting time as they look back at their many accomplishments with pride. But it's also a bittersweet trip for these veterans, as they are reminded of the thousands of others who fought beside them and died for their country.
A lot of World War II veterans, they want to go to see what the memorial is all about. But there's a lot of them that want to go to see how their friends are going to be remembered. Their buddy that didn't make it out of the plane. Their friend that didn't make it through the jungle or off the beach. They want to know how those people are going to be remembered. So a lot of them go out of reverence and out of respect and out of remembrance for their friends that never made it back.
The day comes to an end and the veterans head back to Ohio. They only spend a few hours at the memorial, but it's enough to remind them how important their service was to the world. They fly back home the same way they did at the end of the war, as heroes.
They will get on the plane in the morning in their 80s, but as the day goes on and we fly them back home to their families, it's an interesting transformation because there's more of a bounce in their step. Their heads are held higher. Their shoulders are back a bit more. It's almost as if that memorial is a fountain of youth for them.
It was very touching because you get up there and people come up to you and thank you, and there's tears in their eyes, and you can't help but have emotional effect from it.
I thought the memorial was absolutely significant for the World War II veterans. It was outstanding in every way possible, the construction of it, the layout of it, the meaning of it, and the depth of feeling that you got when you saw that memorial. Very, very good. The entire day is a day I'll never forget.
There is no way that this country can ever repay them for what they've done. There's no way that the world can ever repay them for what they've done. But this small token of appreciation, which allows them to see their memorial, is what this entire program is about.